So what's up, man? I'm your host, Franchise King. You can call me Mr. Solo. I am the author of Heirloom, America's Biggest Scams, The Right to Travel. It's sold on Amazon. And this is common sense news. Common sense news. And my main focus is to spread the word of the war, World War III, and to combat the American propaganda and save the American people with the truth and information, and not just the American people, everybody. Family, we're doomed. Donald Trump just attacked Iran, unprovoked, for Israel. They destroyed their remaining um, sites, nuclear sites. But before we get into this, I just want to let you know a little bit about me. I am American, so all right, I'm from America. I lived in many places: Delaware, Florida, New Jersey, New Mexico, Virginia, South Carolina. And my family is originally from Elizabeth City, North Carolina, where we own land in the 1800s, in the 1900s, before, we were chased out of our city and we ended up going up north to Delaware. So I understand what's going on in Gaza. I understand what's going on in Yemen and all these places that are defending themselves from the United States government that has been doing these things since probably before the 1600s, guys. But we know they've been doing this stuff to America since the 1600s, to the American Indian, the Copper Man, the Red Man, whatever you want to call him. If you look at the Washington Redskins, um, that's what they used to call us, Redskins. And then they actually had us on. I didn't bring my jacket because anyway, but so let's get into what just happened, okay, guys? So I'm about to read this article to you. Well, not an article, but what Donald Trump said himself, what he said himself. Now, I know people in America is asleep right now because it's 6 o'clock here, and I'm thinking it's like 10 or 11, somewhere. I don't know what time it is there. So, this is what Donald Trump posted. We have completed our very successful attack on three nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Nastan, and Estefan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordo. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So, how you doing? How you doing, Brawl, Jogo? So we have World War III that's going on right now, and Donald Trump directly put the United States in this war when he attacked three nuclear sites in Iran, and he said he did a whole payload on Fordo. And this is considered carpet bombing, guys. This is carpet bombing. That's the definition of what they're doing. So the United States, we do not have accurate long range missiles like we like to act like we do on television with the movies, but we don't have that, and so we have to use our own airplanes to get into their air space to make these attacks. Now at the end he said, now is the time for peace. How are you going to attack someone and then ask for peace? Does that make sense to you? Why would you attack a sovereign state? Listen, common sense. This is very common sense, man. Attacking a sovereign state that did never attack you is what causes war, not peace. I think something mentally ill with these people because they don't have any common sense. They think bombing someone nuclear sites where their nuclear sites where they're for energy, so they can have electricity and stuff in their country. And how you doing from Brazil? And we think a bombing them is going to somehow cause peace. I don't think so. I don't think so. And so let's get into this article. It has been reported. So let's see why did they do this? It has been reported that Israel Iron Dome is about to run out of missiles. Okay, so they've been getting attacked, and then now they ran out of missiles. So how could they be running out of missiles? Well, and it's just been a week. That's the real question, right? So reason why they're running out of missiles is because Israel, Israel get all their weapons from America, okay? And America has been providing Ukraine with weapons, and they also been providing a lot of people with weapons in Africa. Um, so we really don't have as much weapons as we think we have, but we do have our Air Force. That's the strongest thing we have, and that's all we really have left. So I wanted this episode to be kind of short, okay? But I want to go over this again for the people who just got in here. So we are doomed, guys. We're doomed. Donald Trump attacked Iran, and it was unprovoked, and it was for Israel. Okay. So guys, and I'm gonna read this to you guys again. All right. Jogo, bro, is it Jogo? Did I say it right? Jogo. We have completed our very successful attack on the three nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Nazdan, and Afghanistan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace, as if that matters. As if you were in their airspace when you attacked. So the other stuff don't even matter. A full payload of bombs was dropped on primary site Fordo. So they carpet bombed the place. All right. And so that's what we got going on, guys. And I don't want this episode to be too long, but I will make it at least 15 minutes. And so right now, I believe that Iran is going to definitely do something to America. These people have been preparing for this for decades, and it's not just Iran that's been preparing this for decades. And us attacking them just proves the world right, okay, and what's going on in the world. So let me see what else is on here. So what happened prior to this, the lead up to this? So let's get to episode. We're going to talk a little bit about episode one that we had, right? So in episode one, we talked about, let's see, when they first attacked on June the 13th, Israel attacked them first on June the 13th, unprovoked. It was Israel decided to make it into a preemptive strike on Iran. Um, Killing high-ranked officials in the military and their nuclear scientists. So they completely destroyed their nuclear everything. They destroyed their nuclear. They killed their nuclear scientists or unalived them, whatever one is better. And then it was nice meeting you too. He said you don't understand me. Well, my English is a little different, but yeah. So it was very unprovoked. They said it was a preemptive strike on Iran. It was totally unprovoked. And so Iran had a response to that. Their response was that this was the Iranian supreme leader, Ali. He has warned that Israel face a bitter and painful fate following the attack, adding they will have a harsh response. So I don't know what their response is to this attack that we did on their nuclear facility, but those words that he said was backed up because they've been attacking Israel ever since, and having parts of Israel looking like Gaza. And they bombed a hospital because it had a military base with weapons of mass destruction, ammunition, and military personnel under the hospital. It was the main hospital in Israel. And Israeli people, they were upset about it, saying, "How could you attack a hospital when there's no hospitals in Gaza right now? It just doesn't even make sense to even ask that question or even act that way." Okay, so currently the USA has sent, they already sent warships and warplanes to Europe and the Middle East as a response to this. I've seen a video of someone that's in the Navy. They had a video that they posted on TikTok, and in the video, they're talking about, um, we're coming. So they're on their way to the Middle East. So we have warships and stuff going to the Middle East, going to Europe. Like we're preparing for a real war. Okay. And y'all don't understand the Ukraine war. We started that. Gaza. I mean, anyway, so guys, this is serious. So currently the world seems to be on Iran's side. Okay. The world is on Iran's side. I just seen a video of an Israeli diplomat being kicked out of a university in Senegal. The students kicked him out, booed him, said "Free Palestine, free Gaza." That's what they were saying. So when this as this war is breaking out, people are picking sides, and majority of the world, where most of the population, they're on the side of Iran and Palestine and Gaza. And then you have the European world, which they consider themselves the developed world, but they act like primitive uh, villains. You know what I mean? Everything, all the solution to everything is bombing and bombing and bombing. And I do want to talk about how currently the world seems to be on Iran's side. So Yemen, they held a concert showing an attack on Israel on a large screen. It was like 100-foot tall building. It looked like a half a million people was there. And so let's figure this out in World War III. Who's on whose side? So for what I gathered, these are the people that's against Israel, United States, and Europe. So we're talking about South America, who's already been against the United States, and we're including Mexico. Africa is not on our side. Okay, so when I say our side, I am an American, but I don't agree with what they're doing. But I do live in America, so I have to say our. Okay, all of the Middle East is against the United States. Okay, and Israel in the West. All right, China, Russia, and yeah, the numbers is big. So I said South America is against the United States in the West and Israel. Africa is against them. Middle East is against them. China, Russia is against them. So what we need to do is we need to go ahead and figure out what we got to do next, because let's talk about this. Let's see, it was another thing. Two countries. So yeah, so this is not a small conflict, guys. The whole Middle East, Europe, Asia will be involved in this war. Okay, and there has been exchange of attacks that have left many unalived. So so one of these, the response to destroying a nuclear building is because Iran bombed Mossad as well, and that's like a FBI, CIA organization. It's the Institution of Intelligence and Special Operations, popularly known as Mossad, is the national intelligence agency of the State of Israel. It is one of the main entities in the Israeli intelligence community. All right. So, you know, what we need to do is figure this out, because currently Europe nations are trying to hold talks. Well, that's what they said they were trying to do. This was a few days ago, but it never happened. And so the talks is pointless anyway, because they were planning on bombing their nuclear sites anyway. And this, in my opinion, is pointless, because Israel is still bombing Iran and all this other stuff, and then Donald Trump just bombed their facilities, and then there's a military buildup in UK, Cyprus. So this is not cool what we got going on, and right now the Israeli citizens are fleeing to European nations, and the Americans were all distracted with mass deportation and other things. And so whenever I look at TikTok or Facebook, whatever, that's when it comes to America, majority of the information that's coming out is about mass deportation. It is not about this World War III. So that's part of the reason why I want to talk about World War III, so American people can pay attention to what's going on. So American people can not be distracted, because right now Iran is not going to take this lightly, guys. They're not going to sit here and just allow us to attack their facilities. You know what I mean? So right now, we need to. I don't know what we can do. I don't know what we should do. I don't. This is my first World War, and the Iraq War. When they had the Iraq War. I wasn't even an adult. I was in high school, and I was in high school. I was in 10th grade or something like that, and I believed everything I saw on the television. I believe everything CNN told me when I was in high school. I believed every word they said, to the point that I myself joined the military. And once I was in the military, I started learning the truth. And once I fully understood what was going on, I got out the military. My unit was being deployed to Iraq, and I told them I'm not going. You know what they did? They took some of their money back. They put me in debt because I didn't want to go to war in Iraq. They put me in, like, it was like $10,000 in debt or something. They and it end up on my report, whatever that report, my you know what I'm talking about, if you're American, my credit report. And that was back in 2010 when I got out. So the war had started in, I think, in like 2001 or 2 or something like that. And it was going on for a while, and information had really started coming out, and I was just lucky enough to have that information and make a good decision to get out the military. And that's what I ended up doing, getting out the military. So I'm just waking up, guys. I'm like tired, but this is World War III. If you thought that America was not going to be part of this war, we are officially in this war. There's no denying anything. Okay, so guys, I need y'all to pay attention. These live, I spent 18 minutes. I'm staying here for one more minute and a half. If you have any questions, I would answer them, but I will let y'all know what Donald Trump said again. So we're gonna get back to what Donald Trump said, so we can understand what happened. Donald Trump, he said, "We have completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, meaning we, America, attacked Iran, a sovereign nation." Right? All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordo. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our American warriors. So he's saying that America did this. America warriors did this. Americans did this. Our planes, our bombs, our people. Okay? There is not another military in the world that could have done this. He's saying that no one else did it. It was us. We did it. No one else can do this but us. Bro. Now is the time for peace. I'm asking you a question. This is common sense, guys. This is common sense. Let's say I punch you. And right after I punch you in your face, I say, it's time for peace now. That makes sense? It doesn't make sense, guys. There's no peace right now. You can't attack someone, destroy something they've been building up for decades, and then say, yeah, we have peace now. I mean, come on, that makes no sense. It makes no sense. No sense. All right, guys. So it's about that time for us to close this down. Um, I have to do this report on TikTok, meaning I need more than one phone. I do need a second phone so I can do this on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. So I don't have to do this twice. I don't want to do this twice. So we'll see what happens. The Iron Dome is running out of missiles. So maybe their response will be to completely destroy as much as they can in Israel. That's what I believe. They might do that. And they have the right to do that because, um, I mean, come on, this don't make any sense, guys. Donald Trump just said that no more wars, right? He said no more wars. He's the peace president. Bro, what country did Biden attack directly and publicly admitted to it? I just can't think of any country that Biden attacked directly and publicly admitted to it. I just can't. I don't remember. I don't. Yeah. I see Iraq. See, we had 9/11, so that gave us, that gave us a little bit of reason to attack and do what we did in Iraq. But right now, we have no reason to attack Iran. Iran did nothing to us, and Israel is not part of NATO. Israel attacked them first. So, guys, I'm about to go ahead and end this. I have nothing else to say. I'm definitely repeating myself. Um, what else? Make sure there's nothing else to talk about. Oh, what we should expect, guys. Guys, we should suspect hard times in America. We should expect a Great Depression. How you doing? Morgan. Maybe I said that right. I'm not good with names. I know I'm not. So, um, we should expect attacks on America. Iran said we will feel it, and they said we will feel it before the attack. So, just like we like to back up our words, they're gonna back up their words. Thank you for joining me. I know some of you just joined, and we were just talking about we're doomed. We're doomed. World War III is full effect. You cannot bomb a sovereign nation for another nation that already bombed the sovereign nation. So they're so concerned about nuclear bombs being dropped on Israel. I think what Iran is about to do, they're about to destroy all of Israel with ballistic missiles. Not nuclear bombs, but ballistic missiles. So we're going to see what happens, guys. Peace, not war. Okay? Love, peace, not war. Love, peace, not war.